I'm going to go into basically the last 2 years, or 2 years and 7 months, but I won't going to put that in the title, right? So my last 2 years as an entrepreneur and what I have learned, the do's and the don'ts and everything in between. So, Laura fingers. Thank you. So the first thing is, when you're starting out in business or entrepreneurship and you're trying to make money, the most common and biggest mistake for a newbie beginner to make is to try and collect multiple income streams. So you're going to be like, oh, let's try, I don't know, drop shipping, let's try Amazon FBA, let's try and, I don't know, rent a room out and then re-rent it out on Airbnb and sublet or whatnot, whatever. That's the first mistake. And it's a mistake because you can't divide your time like that on every single area and give them enough focus to be able to scale them. So that's the first mistake. You cannot diversify as a beginner when you know nothing, because it doesn't give you growth. It's like trying to take, I don't know, 5 degrees at once. You're going to fail them all. You need to just focus on one. The next thing is, you want to be creative, but you don't want to count ideas. And that basically means, yes, you need a creative mind to think of an idea to then go and pursue that in a business or whatever, but you don't want to sit there thinking, oh, this is an idea, oh, we can do this, oh, and this, oh, this is a new idea, this, that, and the other. And what you'll tend to do is you'll start something, get bored because you thought of a new idea, and then you move on to something else. So that is the same as diversification, trying to do everything at once, but essentially you're doing one thing, but then you're jumping onto the next thing. And there's levels. So you might start a business or something and then be like 3 or 4 months in, oh, it's not really working, let me try something new. And then you'll keep going through that cycle, never getting anywhere, not realizing that it actually takes a long time to get anywhere in business. Some obviously faster than others. Some may take 10 years and some may take 6 months or a few months. But the majority of them are going to take a long time. Like the business I started recently, the last couple of weeks, is a competition website for girls. Now, I know this may take even a year where it doesn't take off. And if I make break even after a year, I'm happy because I know that most of these sites fail within a year. So I know that I'm still winning. And I've chose a competition website for females only, or targeting females, because there's so many male-dominated competition sites out there that my competition would just be too much and I wouldn't have an edge over the market and I'd be wasting my time. Not to say that you can't go into a saturated market, but you need to have much better service or product than the opposition to stick out. You can't just be a little bit better, you have to be a lot better, because they will trust what is already existing in the market. So that is the business that I've created, and I'm going to try and scale that alongside putting videos up on YouTube as and when I can. So it's YouTube, the business, the rents that I have for this property. If you want to know more about that, find another video somewhere on my channel about this property and how I'm making money renting. I also do butler in a buff and stripping, although I'm scaling all this back because, like I said, I can't give focus to all of them and I work full time. So the main focus is my competition website and of course YouTube, because I do want to provide value to you guys. The next thing, failure is key. So don't try and, obviously you want to succeed in life, but to succeed, you can't be successful straight away. You can't be right at everything, which is something I'll get to later. You have to fail. So in order for you to get somewhere, you'll have to go through a lot of stress, a lot of frustration, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of failure to finally get to success. And it's the people that drop off along the way of failure are the people that don't make it. And the people that are persistent and consistent are the people that make it. So this is why you get dumb, rich people, because they're so fucking dumb that they'll just keep going, and eventually dumb luck will get them and they'll make some money, where a smart person will go, actually, I'm losing this much money, this might happen, that might happen. They analyse too much, they overanalyse, and then they lose. So you've got to have that in you where you're risk aware, you're not stupid, but at the same time you're not overthinking things. And I'd rather be a smart millionaire than a dumb millionaire, wouldn't you? Failure is key. Another one is don't try to be right, which is very similar. You don't have to get the right answer straight away. You can be wrong because you don't know everything, and you can learn. You always learn. I'm learning all the time. I'll learn, loads more in the next 3, 4, 5 years, and I've learned more than I did, 3 weeks ago. I'm constantly learning. So learning is something you're always going to want to do, and always going to try and upskill yourself and get better skills. Better skill set means that you have the ability to do more, and your intrinsic value increases. So you make yourself more desirable to anyone, employees, whether you're trying to get a pay rise, whatever, whether you're trying to start a business or learn a new skill that will develop your business or whatever you do in some way. Wow, I'm such a fucking boss. The next thing is, if you're doing business, or entrepreneurship, find a problem and solve it. Entrepreneurship is about problem solving, not about making money. Like, oh, how can I don't know, buy some cheap shitty glasses and try and tart them up and flip them for a penny cheaper on Amazon than my competition. That's not entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is about finding an actual problem, providing actual value to people. And the best way is to provide value to a mass group of people. So there's a difference between mass and scale. You want to provide value to a massive group of people at scale. So that's a similar thing. So if you provide value, like value, let's say at magnitude, which is like, I don't know, a doctor or something might do a surgery if you're in the States for like $20,000. That's like magnitude. Scale would be you selling, I don't know, something for $10, £10 to a million people. That's scale. So the ideal one would be magnitude and scale. So you're selling high value products to millions of people. Find a problem and solve it. Listen to people's moaning. People moaning is the best way to find a problem. This comes from Millionaire Fastlane. I stole that from the book. Listen to people's moans, because their moans is problems. Their moans are problems, and problems obviously can be solved by your solution as the entrepreneur. That is your job to figure out how to do it. Finally, I might say finally, there might be another one, but the next one is stop talking shit. And that basically means stop talking about everything that you want to do and that you're doing, and actually just do it. Although I'm talking here, this is YouTube, I'm trying to provide value to you guys, but what I mean is stop talking shit to your friends, your work colleagues, your family, whatever. Oh, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm going to do that, yeah, this is going to be great, blah, blah, blah. Because funnily enough, the more that you talk something up, the worse the result will be, because you're taking time and focus off actually actions, like the shit you need to be doing. You're taking your focus off actions, and you're just putting it on talking, which just isn't going to get you anywhere. So stop talking shit and start taking action. Very simple. One more thing is distractions. Try not to scroll through social media every day, because funnily enough, you'll end up spending 4 or 5 hours a day, 30, 40 hours a week scrolling through social media and not actually getting anything done. So try and pull yourself away from that the more that you're trying to scale up and actually focus. Focus is not always about adding things to your diary. A bit like Alex Hormozy said, it's about taking things away that don't need to be there, which allows you to just have that clear fucking, peace of mind, a clear schedule to be able to just systematically tear down your fucking goals and get to where you want to be. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up. I could go into much more detail, but if you have any questions, I'll put more detail in another video. Pop questions down below in the comments, and thanks for watching.